Namaste, mera naam Ras hai. This is Beast Mode Languages, and today we're finally going to continue the series of 100-ish Hindi verbs with example sentences so you know how to use them. So first up we got kaam karnaa. Kaam karnaa. This means to work. And remember we learned in the last one that karnaa means to do. So kaam means work as a noun, and then karnaa, to do work. And as an example we got वो भारत में काम करता था. वो भारत में काम करता था. So he used to work in India. Next we got sonaa. Sonaa, to sleep. So कल रात 11 बजे को सो गया. कल रात 11 बजे को सो गया. So I went to sleep at 11 o'clock last night. So sonaa is to sleep. Next we got uThnaa. uThnaa, to rise or to get up. For example, सुबह में 7 बजे को उठाया. सुबह में 7 बजे को उठाया. So I got up at 7 o'clock this morning. Next we got padhnaa. Padhnaa, to read or to study. Example, उसने 2 सालों तक हिंदी पढ़ी. उसने 2 सालों तक हिंदी पढ़ी. So this means he or she, we don't know by this sentence, studied Hindi for 2 years. Next we got siikhnaa. Siikhnaa means to learn. वो हिंदी सीखना चाहता है. वो हिंदी सीखना चाहता है. So he wants to learn Hindi. Siikhnaa. Next we got sikhaanaa. Sikhaanaa means to teach. And if you notice, this word is kind of similar to learn, siikhnaa. And that's because this is just a causative verb. This is a causative form of to learn, basically. So to teach somebody is to cause somebody to learn something. So sikhaanaa means to teach. And for example, मुझे हिंदी सिखाइए. मुझे हिंदी सिखाइए means teach me Hindi. Next we got आराम करना. आराम करना. This means to rest. And remember, karna means to do. So aram by itself is just a noun, like rest. Like, for example, I had a good rest, right? Rest is a noun in that sentence. But aram karna is to rest. And for example, we got din bhar kaam kiya, ab bas aram karna chahta hoon. So din bhar kaam kiya, ab bas aram karna chahta hoon. So I worked all day, now I just want to rest. Next, kasarat karna. Kasarat karna means to exercise. So वो मोटा है क्योंकि कसरत कभी नहीं करता. वो मोटा है क्योंकि कसरत कभी नहीं करता. So he is fat because he never exercises. Next we got phone karna. Phone karna. This means to call. So phone here is literally the English word phone. So to do phone means to call somebody by phone. So काम के बाद मुझे फ़ोन कीजिए. काम के बाद मुझे फ़ोन कीजिए means call me after work. लिखना. लिखना means to write. हिंदी में लिखना आता है क्या? हिंदी में लिखना आता है क्या means can you write in Hindi? Do you know how to write in Hindi? So लिखना means to write. कमाना. कमाना, to earn. वो 1 साल में बहुत से पैसे कमाता है. वो 1 साल में बहुत से पैसे कमाता है means he earns a lot of money in a year. So kamana is to earn. सफर करना. सफर करना means to travel. उसे सफर करना पसंद है. उसे सफर करना पसंद है means he or she likes to travel. Next is saaf karna. Saaf karna. This means to clean. So for example, अपना कमरा साफ करो. अपना कमरा साफ करो means clean your room. Next, खरीदना. खरीदना means to buy. And you can see the first letter in this word is that Arabic thing. A lot of times when I talk to Indian people, they don't actually pronounce it this way. They'll just pronounce this as the aspirated K. So it would be खरीदना. You can say it either way. So for example, कुछ खाना खरीदना चाहिए. कुछ खाना खरीदना चाहिए. Or कुछ खाना kharidna chahiye. So this means I need to buy some food. Next we got bechnaa. Bechnaa means to sell. Ye dukaan cigarette nahi bechta. Ye dukaan cigarette nahi bechta. So this shop does not sell cigarettes. Next we got pakadna. Pakadna, to catch or to pick someone up. So for example, wo dophar mein school se beti pakadegi. Wo dophar mein school se beti pakadegi. This means she will pick her daughter up from school in the afternoon. So pakadna is to pick somebody up. Then we got chhodna. Chhodna. This means to drop off or to quit. So to drop somebody off or to quit. And for the first example, we got मैं 3 बजे को आपको काम पर छोड़ूंगा. मैं 3 बजे को आपको काम पर छोड़ूंगा. This means I will drop him off at work at 3 o'clock. And for the second example, when chhodna means to quit something, मुझे सिगरेट फूंकना छोड़ना चाहिए. मुझे सिगरेट फूंकना छोड़ना चाहिए means I should quit smoking. Next we got banaanaa. Banaanaa means to make. वो केक बना रही है. वो केक बना रही है. So she is making a cake. Next we got bannaa. Bannaa, to become. एक दिन वो डॉक्टर बनेगा. एक दिन वो डॉक्टर बनेगा means he will become a doctor one day. And if you notice, this is similar to banaanaa. There's just an extra syllable in that one. And that's because they're sort of doing the same thing. One, you're making something else in a transitive form. And one, you are making yourself something else. So becoming something. Next, we got marjaanaa. Marjaanaa means to die. The actual verb here is just marna, but in speech you'll usually hear it added with jana, which jana we know means to go, and this sort of makes it mean that something is changing state. So for example, मैं मर जा रहा हूँ. मैं मर जा रहा हूँ means I am dying. Next we got maar. Daalnaa means to kill. मुझे तंग करो तो तुम्हें मार डालूं. मुझे तंग करो तो तुम्हें मार डालूं means if you bother me, I'm going to kill you. So marjaanaa means to kill. And like we just saw in the last example, we got tang karna. Tang karna means to bother. So mujhe tang mat karo. Mujhe tang mat karo means don't bother me. And after all those negative verbs of killing and dying and bothering, we'll look at a positive one. We got pyaar karna. Pyaar karna means to love. So main tumse pyaar karta hoon. Main tumse pyaar karta hoon means I love you. And if you're a woman, you would say मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ. मैं तुमसे प्यार करती हूँ. So प्यार करना means to love. Next we got शादी करना. शादी करना, to marry. For example, शादी करें. शादी करें means let's get married. Next we got samajhnaa. Samajhnaa means to understand. And these two examples, there's two ways you could say this, and I'm only doing this because it's a very common thing to say. So, first example is nahi samajhta, means I don't understand, which kind of makes a lot of sense. Nahi means don't, samajhna means understand, and then you conjugate it, so nahi samajhta. But the second example is what you'll normally hear. So, mujhe samajh nahi aata. Mujhe samajh nahi aata. This is basically understanding does not come to me. And it's weird as hell to us as English speakers, but this is the way this phrase will normally be said. So, mujhe samajh nahi aata, and samajhna means to understand. Next, we got another example of a causative form of another verb. We got samajhaanaa. Samajhaanaa means to explain. So, samajhnaa means to understand. Samajhaanaa means to explain, which to explain is causing somebody to understand. So, for example, we got kaise samajhana chahiye. Kaise samajhana chahiye means how do I explain this? So, samajhana means to explain. And finally, we got milnaa. Milnaa means to meet. So, वो मुझे 5 सालों से पहले मिल गई. वो मुझे 5 सालों से पहले मिल गई So I met her 5 years ago. And that's it. That's the end of 100-ish Hindi verbs. If you like this video, subscribe kijiye, like kijiye. Shukriya. Alvida.